find out how I got such silky flowy braids? Well, stay tuned and I'll show you the steps I used to achieve this. Step 1. Pulling, feathering the extensions. For this you will need hair extensions, scissors, optional oil or grease, an optional paddle brush, and a hair dryer. Now for this I'm using X-pressions hair Ultra Braid in color 2. As you can see, it's really quite long. It is also a lot fuller than this. I used half of this for my own hair. I'm braiding my little sister's hair now, so this tutorial is going to be about her. When I was doing my braids, I cut the hair into 3 parts, but for her, I'm going to cut into 4 because she's smaller than me. So, yep. And here she is right on cue trying to find out what's going on with her hair. Now this is how you pull the hair. You basically just grab strands of it as neatly as you can and just pull them out. Just like that. You don't have to get every single strand, but try as much as possible to get as much of it as you can out. Now you can pull both ends, but I usually just do one and that works out just fine. The purpose of pulling is to create a finer tapered end, which makes braiding easier as you don't have to seal by knotting. The braid will just naturally stay together. Just keep pulling until you're done with the bunch that you're dealing with. I suggest going in using smaller bundles of hair because it's less messy that way. It is going to get tangled, but in the next frame I'll show you how to get the tangles out. Now, this is a stage where if you're going to brush it, you're going to use a brush, you can brush the hair out or you can shake it up like I'm doing. I prefer to shake because whenever I use a brush, like half of the hair ends on the floor. So I just shake it out to get the tangles out and use my fingers to detangle as well. If you're going to use grease or oil, at this point you can put some on your hands and run it through the hair, but I don't like grease anywhere near my face, so I don't use it and it works out just fine. So just keep shaking and running your fingers through to get the tangles out. Now you can see a comparison between the unpulled hair and the pulled hair. There's a significant less length difference, even if the bulk is somewhat reduced. Now if you still have any tangles left, don't worry, because in the next stage we're going to get rid of the rest of them. So get your blow dryer, put it on high heat and full blast, and blast the extensions for 30 seconds to a minute. That's what it looks like before blow drying. If you look closely, you'll see the hair is turning silky right before your very eyes. It's getting shinier and more supple. Can hair extensions be supple? Well, it looks good, whatever it is. So just keep blow drying until, well, don't blow dry for too long because you could burn the hair. But the blow drying will also get rid of any more tangles and gives you a sleeker finish, and basically is part of how my braids are so flowy and silky smooth. Just run your fingers through to get any last tangles out, but this is pretty unnecessary. I just have too much time on my hands, obviously. If I put the hair down. Put it down. I don't listen to me, obviously. I'm just getting rid of any straggly or hanging hair. girl, let the hair go. Okay, well, just keep smoothing until you're happy with it. But the blow dryer takes all the work out of it. And there you have it, folks. Sleek, feathered hair. Now, I've watched a lot of hair braiding tutorials on YouTube. Oh, there's a little princess. That's my little sister. Yep. Anyway, I've watched a lot of hair braiding tutorials on YouTube, and the braiding process is always a bit different than I do it. As you can see, I'm braiding and making box braids. That's kind of obvious. I cut the hair into straight rows and then cut out little boxes in a bricklayer fashion to braid. She talks a lot. Okay, now when you're selecting, pick out a piece of hair depending on how thick you want the braid to be, and when you're separating it, pick out a third from the piece that you've picked and wrap it around the other 2/3. So so it becomes like 3 even legs, so they're all sort of the same thickness, if that makes any sense. Now when I'm done with that, the way I braid like I'm about to start a cornrow, like I'm starting a cornrow. So I put each leg of the piece of extension I'm using over a piece of hair in the section I'm braiding. And then I braid as if I'm starting to make a cornrow. Now I try to get a clear shot of this in the video, but my hand kept getting in the way. But I hope from my explanation you understand what I mean. As you can see, I've sort of separated it into 3. One for each leg of the extension I'm going to put on it. So I start directly with 3 pieces of extension and not 2 and 1 piece of hair. That's just how that's how I learned how to braid, and it's just how I always braid. I don't do the other way. And then with this hair, you can just keep braiding until the end. You don't need to tie it or anything because it's already tapered by the pulling, and it gives a really nice finish at the end. Now this part wasn't shown, but I have written out the steps. So place the tips of the hair in very hot water for about 10 to 20 seconds, but be sure to wear a towel around your shoulders to catch any stray drips and to squeeze out excess water after sealing. After sealing, towel dry the hair and trim any scraggly ends. To get that flowy effect, use a hair dryer to dry out the hair. And voila! Flowy, silky box braids, as my little sister is demonstrating. And they're very shiny too. Yep, really shiny. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you like the video, rate, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have questions, if you want me to explain something better, don't hesitate to let me know. And watch out for my upcoming series of box braid tutorials. Thanks for watching.